don't believe she's an original. She is 62. Alright, let me just double check this. I don't believe she is. I'm pretty sure Nina is. I always think Naomi is, but she's not. Where's my pictures for this? More people, there we go. Where's my list of originals? There, was my 21. Okay. She is not an original. It's fine. I should really just bring that into stream someday so you guys can actually see it. I'm not going to save just yet because Naomi and her are also having a tantrum, but you get yours revoked a little bit because of that. I'm hoping nobody walks around the corner and tries to, like, hit her. I'll bring them all down. We'll see how this goes. I could be using Psychic Shock Lancers, by the way. Nope, don't go for her now. She's already down. Sloan mate. She didn't die or anything, did she? Nah, she's fine. Ginseng, get out of there. Yeah, she's got 14 hours. She'd be right. She'd be fine. But yeah, I don't know. Like sometimes if I go to a streamer's, like if I'm in somebody's stream or something like that, or I'm on YouTube and stuff like that, mostly because I am a streamer and I have like a mild curiosity about like what other people do and how they use like their socials and how they use their channels and all sorts of stuff. Like I sometimes do like purposely go and see, do they have a Blue Sky, do they have a Twitter, you know, all those sort of things, just because I want to see how other people are using it, because I'm like, I know I'm not using any of the socials the way they're probably supposed to be. And a lamb just got fried. And Sky got a little bit fried too, actually. She's not gonna like that. She has, like, already pretty revoked medical stuff too, so it's not the best. But yeah, like, I will sometimes go and, like, find stuff like that. I also like having a look to see what people have or do with their YouTube channels and stuff like that, because, like, different people use it different ways. I'm gonna have to like select everybody and hope that whoever's got the person that they're carrying is good, because like everybody's like selected. There we go. Okay, we look like we're good. I don't know if that door got built. It did. Good. Blue, go lay down. No, don't clean the hospital. Go rest. Blue's probably recreationally starved, but it's fine. At this point, I just want him to lay down and recover. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, I think YouTube, I kind of like... I think, like, YouTube took off for me mostly because of 7 Days. Because, like, 7 Days has a lot of, like, the same kind of phrases. No matter who plays it, like, you type in the word Blood Moon in 7 Days, and you're probably going to find a heap of videos that have the word Blood Moon or 7 Days to Die Blood Moon. You have like 7 Days to Die questing or specific named POIs and stuff like that, like tier whatever quest prison or something like that, and the category of the game is 7 Days to Die. Like, anybody that's interested in that, like, not saying that YouTube recommends it automatically to everybody that's interested in that, because when you're new, especially when your channel's small, it doesn't know who the fuck to show your shit to. So it just shows it to all sorts of different people and says, these people like gaming categories or VTubers, or they like storytime tellers or whatever it is that you overlap with, and then it kind of like figures out from there what to do with your content. And every so often, like, YouTube will occasionally just do like some kind of a big push kind of thing, like put it in front of maybe a couple of people that actually like it and watch it, and then like a whole bunch of people that don't like it and don't watch much of it. And like that can be hard too, because like then all of a sudden your video does get a heap of views, but they're like a couple of minutes because people have clicked in, they've skipped through it, they don't like it, or worse, they don't like it and they leave like a harsh comment and stuff like that, and then more people like comment on it and stuff like that. Like shit like that can happen too. But then every so often you might have it like find a couple of people that actually do like the specific thing, and like, yeah, it's nice. And you find like a few people that do want to like follow you and do enjoy watching your content for more than a couple of minutes, or you know, we'll watch it a few times over a week or something like that to actually watch through the entire episode or VOD or whatever. It also depends on what you're putting up on YouTube too, because like different people like watching different things. Like originally I questioned how I wanted to make my videos on YouTube, because I'm like, I don't personally watch videos that are like over an hour mostly. It's not my jam. Like I go through stages where I want like a 10-minute video, a 15-minute video, like somewhere around about 30 minutes, or I want like something that's like 45 to an hour or something like that, depending on how much time I've got and stuff. But I don't really have time to sit down and like watch through multiple parts of a really long video. But like, I know it's really super common as streamers have like their full entire VOD on YouTube, and I did consider doing that. I thought about having a dedicated VOD channel, or having a dedicated, you know, multi-streamed like secondary YouTube account that has all the YouTube VODs and stuff. But then like it took me a while to get to the point that I knew how I even wanted to cut up my content to begin with. So like I said, like I had the 15-minute stuff where I was forced to make 15-minute interval videos and stuff, and I could only upload up to 3 hours of content. And then I was like, I had some that were like 20 minutes. I had some that were like 40 minutes. I tried all sorts of different like size lengths and stuff for my videos. A lot of my older stuff is all over the place because of that. I don't know why you're out of bed. Did you try to go heal yourself? I don't know why she's here. In serious pain. McDolly's always in serious pain. They don't have medical privileges, that's why. But yeah, anyway. I had a lot of people that was suggesting like they'd like to see my content in just like a 10-minute highlighted upload that's like just like all the best parts or something like that. I'm like, I just don't have the time or the energy to cut down my like 4 hours of blathering into like whatever was what I think the most interesting part, while also still showing enough of what happened in the game, depending on what games I'm playing and stuff, to have like context and stuff. Like I did try it a little bit with PUBG. PUBG was one of the ones where I like actually took some time, did some editing and stuff. Like the only thing with that was that people could tell whether or not I won or lost the game depending on the length of the video. So like if it was a 5 or 7 minute video, I clearly didn't win. And if it was like closer to a 30-minute video, I obviously either got very close or I won. So that also skewed people watching it as well. Of course, some people also did like watching the shorter ones, but were frustrated that it was short but I didn't win. Or like I like ran around a corner and died almost immediately and stuff like that. So yeah, like I played around with like lots of different stuff, but like at least for like the first 6 months, I didn't have anything set in stone. I was still messing with finding out what was comfortable and what I wanted to do. I was also dealing with the fact that my downloads took 2 hours and my uploads took 2 hours, on top of like the editing in between that I was learning how to do. So back then my editing side took fucking forever because I had a lot of downtime waiting for the internet, because Australia. So the most editing I do is removing ad breaks. I mean, removing ad breaks and stuff is good too. I sometimes forget, especially on like really long VODs, if I go to chop those up, sometimes the worst case scenario is I have like a 10-minute break in a 30-minute video and it's just 10 minutes of like dead, be right back screen. And I'm like, whoops. I find that later and I'm like, fuck. I obviously can't fix it then, but yeah, it's fine. I actually can. I did learn how you can kind of crop that out on YouTube side, but I just don't want to fuck around and dabble with it. Because sometimes I also found out that sometimes big conversations happen during the Be Right Backs, and it was relative to what I was coming back into and stuff. So sometimes I left it in for that too. But I try not to, because obviously, like, you know, it's just, unless it's got game music, it's just wasted space kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I think like it does depend. Like, if you're playing games and stuff like that, like the games you play should be fine for like pushing out with YouTube. The other thing too is like I also don't know how old your YouTube account is either, because YouTube does give a shit if the account's older, but like you've only just recently started uploading videos. I know you've got a lot of older videos on your channel, and the older videos aren't similar kind of content to what you're currently uploading. It will be having an issue with that because it will be trying to show it to the previous demographic. But yeah, hold on. We got grizzly bears. Oh yeah, hold on. 33. Nah, that's fine. Alright, hold up, let's bring everybody in. Well, I've got a few people that are psychotically wandering up here, so I'll just bring them up near the top. Hopefully these people will go downwards instead of up. I'm just going to make sure they go downwards. But yeah, there's all sorts of stuff that affects that too. Some people have, like, it also depends too if your account's monetized and stuff or not. Because if it's not, it could be worth just creating a fresh new streamer only account and then uploading all your VODs, because YouTube gives a shit about the density of how frequently you upload, and having like similar kinds of games and stuff that people can click between and all sorts of stuff. Like, especially like Jaylee, you're very, very personable. Like, you have like such an ability to be absolutely fucking incredibly huge. Just because, like, I don't know, you just like got that kind of big streamer kind of personality, but in like smaller streamer pleasantry kind of thing. I don't really know how to say that, but like if more people could see your content, it would not surprise me that you would easily start like moving towards like partner level viewership quickly. It doesn't surprise me at all that like you have a lot of people that are constantly engaged and watching and stuff like that, because you're very, very easy to watch. Sounds so creepy. But like, yeah, from a streamer perspective, it's a good thing. I have like so many fucking bears coming up here at the moment. It's fine. Apart from McPherson, who is like our doctor, Beniko is run to safety. I don't know what these guys are doing. They're just like standing there. Mine's very old. I didn't think about it that way. Yeah. One of the nicest compliments I've ever gotten about my streaming. I think the thing is, like, I don't know what your content used to be. I didn't know you back when you used to stream a few years ago, as you said. But I know you said that you do stream differently to, like, the way you used to. And I've seen some of the older clips appear on like Andre's shoutouts and stuff. So like some of them do look very different styling and stuff. But like as far as like watching you and stuff like that, you've got a very kind of charming personality that's very comfortable and enjoyable to just be around. So it, like I said, it doesn't surprise me that people are drawn to watching your streams. Once they click in and they listen to you for a couple of minutes, like, I was listening to you last night, like, singing fucking, was it Can You Move Faster? You fucking ripped out a ballad out of nowhere for Can You Move Faster because an NPC quest was moving too slowly and stuff. Like, that's just, to me, very classic, like, what I would expect to see if I clicked on, say, Shy Lily, for instance. Same kind of thing. I'm not somebody that's personally comfortable just like ripping out some random ballad and stuff, or just I have silly moments and stuff like that, but my comfort comes from more so like the privacy and stuff like that for me, kind of thing. I am more able to just be myself because I'm not afraid of like being judged by people that will, I don't know, encounter me elsewhere. But no, like generally speaking in like IRL and stuff like that, I'm very fucking reserved and pretty fucking quiet. So like it's a contrast. I think somebody called it like gap moe. I think Shadow called it gap moe. But yeah, it's oh Jesus, it's a lot. It's a big change. Mind you, as I get to know people, I am still very chatty with them and stuff. Just the exact the same as I stream. But like it takes a while. Like you guys get to kind of like circumvent the whole awkward silence reservedness by literally just being here in my streams and getting to know me, listening to me and deciding to chat to me and stuff. But yeah, if I think I just like there's like a meme I sometimes think of. I just sit there and I don't know, that's like silent judgment. I'm not actually judging people, but like I come across as I get the term I don't know if it's a term or a phrase or whatever the fuck it is, but I get the word intimidating used a lot when somebody references me. Like people are either intimidated and don't want to talk to me, or they're so cocky that they feel entitled to, like, you know, my time and stuff like that. Like, I don't know how best to put that, but yeah. Fucking Kelly. What are you doing? Yeah, the ones that are kind of, like, got the confidence to not be intimidated are generally, like, kind of the douchebags and stuff. But, yeah, that's usually what I get in general. Hopefully they don't kill her. Also, McPherson is getting brought in by Panther, and I'm hoping that they're okay. Honestly, I sing less on my channel than I do IRL. I sing songs to my dogs about everything happening to me. Yeah, but, like, you just seem like you're upbeat like that, though. Because, like, I can't remember the last time I randomly sung something. Like, obviously, like, I have moments where I'm listening to music, and I obviously sing to my music because it's music. But, like, I don't just, like, make up a random song and walk around, like, my kitchen or something like that, like, doing stuff. Like, it's just not who I am. So, yeah. I don't know. There's a fire in here somewhere, I don't know where. Just make sure we got all of the guns. Takuma, the fuck are you doing out here? I thought you were dying earlier. Anyway, most of the bears, if they get up, I've got turrets near them, so I'm not worried about them. They should be fine. I don't know about that guy. He might be up. He's unconscious. Alright. We've only got a couple in here that I'm actually sort of worried that they're nearby, but everybody else should be fine. Everybody else is pretty much in hospital, except for Naomi. Go rest. Actually, no. Go rest. I'll get a Sheikah to clean the hospital. There we go. They'll do it. Comes from being extremely pressed. If I don't do things that make myself happy, I'll just cave in. You know, I heard somebody say, like, literally just yesterday that it's like, was it, somebody told them to be realistic and they responded with, no. It was like, no, it's time, was it unhappy, time to be delusional or something like that? It's time, and it's like delusional makes happy and stuff like that. And I'm like, I feel that. I do. But like, yeah, I don't know. I'm unfortunately like generally pretty grounded most of the time, so I have trouble with like the whimsy aspect of life. Not that I don't enjoy it, it's just that like that shit doesn't come naturally kind of stuff, you know. Also, they're probably going to get food poisoning from all the stuff. There's McPherson. Hold on. 3 hours. Who's in the area? Like, how's Stin? Stin can wait. Franklin, mate. I know Green is like coming back in here, but can you work on McPherson? Considering they're one of our fucking head doctors. I don't know where you're going, mate. You are right next to medical. There you go. Alright. They'll get the jump start on McPherson. I think they went down at the beginning of the battle, honestly. That was mostly so my WoW friends could watch me while they were at work. Oh yeah. I think the thing is though, I know you were saying the other day that like if you wanted to play WoW because it was unlocked in your Hierothon and stuff, but like then everybody had like a sulk about it. But I really think the thing is like if you just went and played it anyway, I don't think anybody would be upset. Because like I'm not personally interested in Elder Scrolls or Oblivion or Skyrim or anything along those kind of lines. I'm also not really a fan of Minecraft and shit like that, but I've still watched you play those games even though they don't interest me because it's you streaming them, you know? So I think the thing is like if you played it, you'd probably have like probably some people come out of the woodwork from the past maybe. Especially if you were like announced it that you're playing WoW, they'd probably come back. But then you'd probably also find new people and you'd have your current group that were willing to watch you anyway. So like, yeah, I don't think you'd have any problem with that if you played WoW and stuff. Also no worries, Slacknov. I see you lurking. What else? I learned in high school you give you things to make yourself smile when you don't feel like smiling. See, now I learned in high school basically just to make no sound and no emotion at all because it can be weaponized against me. So I am woefully unexpressive. Emotionally constipated, I believe is the phrase that people like to use. Yeah, it also is a major part of the monotoneness because both my brother and I are ultra monotone people. Like it's very hard to get an emotional read on us a lot of the time. I also have like just natural resting bitch face. Like I always look like upset, not upset, but like unimpressed by anything and everything, even when nothing's happening and I'm just lost in thought. Like I'm one of those people where I'm staring off into space, thinking nothing in particular, but I look like I'm mad at everything. Or like I've got problems or something. I don't know. Timberwolf is down, but that's okay. It's just the Timberwolf. I'm trying to keep an eye on McPherson because is Jet actually really bad? No. They just got heat stroke. I'll tell you what. So Franklin's supposed to be tending to them, but I just don't know where Franklin went. And I need you guys to stop leaving the hospital and start using the medicine you brought in. Because McPherson is like one of our highest doctors. I want him to live. Although, to be fair, Baroda looks like he's going to die unless Rabbit can absolutely pull it out of his own hat. So, we'll see how that goes. Kelly's fine, Lou's fine, Lobster's fine, Camrod, Wolverine, they're all fine-ish. Except for Baroda and except for McPherson. Yeah, we got 5 hours on that. Is that one good enough? Yeah, look, can I get you to work on them? If they have to go and get more medicine for Baroda might die. I just want to know what Baroda's skills are. Plants. A lot of plants. Alright. Well, if I can pull up McPherson to being more than 5 hours, then, yeah, it should be okay. I don't think anybody else is being tended in here. Well, I think it's complicated for me because all those WoW friends of mine, I thought were closer to real friends, and they just kind of stopped talking to me when I couldn't afford a WoW sub. Oh, I was going to say WoW to that, but I'm like, that's kind of redundant being WoW as a game. And they'll come back, but it feels bitter, like, oh, okay, so now you're here. No, I can get that. I guess, like, for some people, especially, like, WoW, it's kind of like, if you're gonna buy it and you're gonna play it, you're gonna be playing it, like, pretty fucking hardcore. Like, not play style hardcore, but I just mean, like, excessively playing it while you've got it and stuff. If you don't have it, and it's not, like, they've still got it and stuff like that, like, yeah, it's gonna make it hard for them to want to go and play something else while they're paying for it and stuff. But yeah, there's a lack of consideration and stuff there. And there's a lack of push and shove and shit too. So I get that. I don't so much mean from like the perspective of like your friends, but then again, as you said, like you were streaming WoW so that your friends could see you playing WoW and stuff. So I'm guessing like I was more so thinking that the followers that you may have had that enjoyed watching you play WoW beyond your friends may come back and they might be cool with it and stuff. But yeah, obviously your friend's situation with that, not the best. Not what I was intending by that. Also, we have additional guinea pigs and I might just steal some of the females. We've got like a little breeding program going for the guinea pigs because I need fur. And they have fur. So specifically, they're very hairy little animals. So yeah, expensive fur. I think everybody's gonna live. That attack was like, honestly, a little bit pathetic, but during a high psychic drone, it's probably the best we could have asked for with that, realistically. Weird, I kept reaching out to them, talking to them, but it wasn't returned, so yeah. Yeah, no, I can't really comment on something like that. That's obviously like, I don't know, they were very shallow kind of friendship, or it was more like some games you get like a bit of a guild-based type thing or a usage-based kind of thing. I get the feeling that whatever your role was in the game was important to them, but not your friendship kind of thing, which is sad. Because, yeah, if you're playing a game with somebody for hours on end all the time and stuff like that, you'd think you would be closer friends. I know you dislike the food, but can I get somebody to just haul this out of here? Jack or Mate, I know you're going hunting. There's rice in the doorway and I just want to get them to move it. Pull that rice out of there. Because all it takes is one of these things opening and they'll start pulling all the animals up the top. I don't want that. So I'm just getting that fixed up. But yeah, Manhunter pack 33 bears was like nothing. Which is good. I don't really need a big attack at the moment. Not this week, personally. I just like some easy shit this week while I'm still like getting my bearings and crap. My first RimWorld stream. My pawns were named after those WoW friends as their way to be silly and include them, but only one ever watched it. Yeah. I mean, if they didn't really like the game, or again, if they were only really interested in watching it with WoW, because like that's another thing too, is like I would probably consider that they weren't really friends at that point. Like, Ricey, mate, not even. Like, I know to you there were friendship and stuff like that, but objectively looking at it, who can I get to? Nikki might be able to do it. Actually, Tofu had the highest. Hold on. Can you rest? I'll just bring everybody else in here if I can. Yeah, I'd say that was like genuinely a very one-sided kind of friendship where you saw them as friends, but they didn't see you as friends and stuff like that. The only thing is like I do find this in streaming a little bit, is that like some people will only really want to watch a streamer playing a specific game because they like the game and they like the streamer, but they're not really interested in watching the streamer play other games and stuff. That's kind of what I feel like your group was, is that they liked WoW. They were obsessed with WoW to the point where like just any additional content, time spent getting to watch or experience WoW and know what's going on and stuff was good shit. But like if you were going to play something else, it was just not their jam and stuff. Like there's a few streamers that I have watched. Obviously, like I just don't get much out of the game that they're playing, or I can't just watch the game. Like, I don't know. There's a couple out there that I'm not really like, I just can't sit through them. I just can't do it. But like that's my personal beef with that. But like other stuff they'll play, like I'll still try to watch some of it, or I'll still try to lurk. Even if I'm not like specifically interested in the game or can't listen to it or visually something about it or whatever, but like I'll still try to leave a lurk if I am available to do so, because I care about the streamer and I still want to support them and stuff. Like, I don't get to catch everybody's streams and stuff because some people stream at the same time as me, some people stream before or after me, and sometimes I'm not awake, sometimes I'm not available, like all sorts of different things, like life exists kind of things. So I can't be everywhere all the time. It's physically not possible to watch everybody I know. But like when I do have a moment, or when I know that I can set up like the computer to like give a lurk and stuff, I try. Because it's like, at least I could fucking do. Congo, mate. You're going sadistic rage, so he's going to lose like a little bit of health. Honestly, this isn't the worst high psychic drone I've seen. Like, we have had a lot worse. He is going to get into Muffalo though. But they're going to get a solid hit on Muffalo, unfortunately. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not, actually. I thought that, like, the speed Kango was going, they were going to get in at Muffalo, like, right away. So, like, sometimes they take off and they just fucking run. Like, my colonists can move faster, they just fucking don't a lot of the time, unless they want to kill somebody or eat something, in which case they will beeline for that shit and I can't catch them. But this group caught up pretty well, if it was only, like, the door stopping them. Unfortunately, I've had to put people back in prison, though. But I know I can do like release and it fixes them up and stuff, but they can sit in prison and think about what they did. It's how my colony works. If you fuck up, you go to prison, you go to hospital, whatever it is, and sorry, think about it. No one's got 15 hours, so colonists need rescue, they'll be fine. I'm pretty sure I revoked their health. It's fine. It's not like I miss the game, but it's gonna hurt when they all suddenly want to hang out again. That is also if they do suddenly want to hang out again. That's another thing, whether or not you've